Yo, what's good, family? Welcome back to another episode of SAUNAIE. I'm your host, XO. If this is your first time listening, welcome in. Welcome to the show, the podcast where we get real about personal growth, mental health, and what it means to move with purpose in a world that constantly tests you. As we close out Men's Mental Health Month, I had to save this topic for last because it's one of the heaviest and realest conversations we need to have. Today we're talking about the hidden cost of being the strong one. The one everybody depends on, the one carrying everybody else's weight, the one that keeps it together when nobody else can. And I'm here to tell you, it's breaking you down more than you realize. Me personally, I've been the strong one for my family, for my friends, and this one hits home. That's why I had to save it for last, because I've been through that to where you're holding it all together. You want to be the perfect one for the family, the perfect one for your friends, as well as continuously being strong, holding the weight for any emotional burdens that they carry, that they lay it on you. But it's understanding that sometimes being the strong one internally breaks you down because you're carrying so much weight from other people's emotional burdens. And it's understanding that maybe I shouldn't be carrying this weight, or setting boundaries to know how much weight you can carry. Because if you've been the strong one all throughout your life, I'm pretty sure you have, or you've been in that role before, you know the toll it takes on you mentally, physically, and even spiritually. So if you're listening to this right now, chances are you've either been the strong one or you've been playing the role. And I wanted to discuss this because, like I said, this hits home for me. And you're probably the one who checks in on everybody else, puts yourself last, pretends you're good even when you're falling apart. And you handle your business no matter what, because failure ain't an option. I've been there. And while everybody else leans on you, who can you lean on? Because somewhere along the line, you were taught that real men carry it all in silence, that showing emotion makes you weak, that needing help is a flaw. And I personally been through that as well. And you know how it is as men as we grow up. We always try to keep our emotions in check. We always try to, anything that we go through, we just bottle it up and move forward instead of really checking it and seeing, will this be detrimental in the long run? And trust me, it takes a toll on us. And what I found is that 72% of black men report feeling responsible for the well-being of everyone around them, often at the expense of their own health. I'm going to let that sink in with y'all for a little bit. 72%. Men in these high responsibility, caregiving, or emotional rock roles experience 25% higher rates of depression and anxiety than those with the shared support systems. Chronic stress from emotional overload increases your risk of heart rate disease, as well as can shorten your lifespan by up to 5%. Chronic stress from emotional overload increases your risk of heart disease by 33% and can shorten your lifespan by up to 5 years. Let that sink in. Being the strong one isn't noble if it's killing you in the process. And the worst part is, most of the time, nobody checks on the strong friend, because they assume you're always good. And you keep proving them right by not divulging what's going on with you. You want to carry all that weight, carry everybody's emotional burdens, emotional baggage, that you never take the time to really check on yourself. And sometimes we have to have those escapes or those outlets to understand, am I really doing what I need to do as a man in this world, or even as a woman that's carrying or being that strong one for your friends or family? Sometimes we have to set those boundaries and let people know, like, hey, right now I can't be the strong one for you. I need somebody to lean on. I need a rock to lean on because I'm going through something and I've been dealing with this forever, and it's time for me to just let somebody else be that strong one in my life. But the more you keep carrying that baggage of somebody else's problems, emotions, or trying to be that strong one, you eventually become the weak one. And I bet you're wondering, so how do we break out of this trap without feeling like you're letting people down? Because at the end of the day, when you're the strong one, you don't want to let your friends and family down. That's why you continuously being the strong one for them. Number one is set boundaries. Start saying no to things that drain you. You don't owe everybody unlimited access to you. Protect your peace. We hear that a lot. Protect your peace, protect your peace, protect your peace. But it's really understanding that you have to set those boundaries within the relationships that you have. I know it's like, oh, I don't want to let this person down, but it's understanding like, yo, I'm letting myself down in the long run because I still need me at the end of the day. So setting those boundaries, saying no, and being comfortable saying no. I've been through this myself where you don't want to tell people no, but telling them no benefits you in the long run, even though it may ruffle some feathers, but it's understanding like, hey, I'm trying to protect my peace. I'm trying to set boundaries because I've been carrying all this emotional weight and baggage from other people that it's really been breaking me down mentally. And number two will be delegate emotional labor. Stop letting yourself be everybody's therapist while never addressing your own stuff. It's okay to say, I'm dealing with a lot right now. I can't take that on. And I think you saying that really helps you grow as an individual because we deal with a lot on a daily basis, whether that's anything that's going on in the world, whether that's a diet or nutrition that you're on, your fitness, your career, your work life, whatever it may be. It's like we deal with a lot of emotions on a daily basis that we never take the time to check in with ourselves. Like what I like to do at the end of the day, I like to do end of the day check-in, really check in how I'm doing mentally, how I'm doing physically, how I'm doing spiritually, and just overall checking in with myself. That may be journaling, meditating, going for a walk, or just practicing deep breathing and just being present in that moment, or even praying and sitting with God or whoever you may believe in. And it's just really addressing that at the end of the day because we take on a lot of emotions throughout the day that at the end of the day, maybe your escape may be drinking, going to happy hour, doing some type of drugs, whatever it may be. It's like we find the wrong escapes when we deal with a lot of emotions throughout the day. But it's understanding, maybe I need to journal, meditate, deep breathe, pray, sit with God, whatever it may be to get back on that emotional balance. Number three would be build mutual relationships. Make sure you have people around you who pour back into you instead of you always constantly pouring into them. Relationships should be a two-way street. If it's one-sided, then it's unhealthy. And then number four, learn to say, I need help too. Strength isn't suffering in silence. It's having the courage to speak up when you're not okay. The real flex is protecting your mental, your health, and your peace. It's okay to ask for help. I think that's our biggest problem as men, and sometimes as women as well. We don't want to say, hey, I need help. Hey, I'm going through this. Because sometimes we'll feel ashamed. Sometimes we'll feel embarrassed. And I've been through that to where I don't want to ask for help. I'll just figure it out on my own. But trying to figure it out on your own is just breaking you down as well. Because it's understanding like, hey, everybody in this world, everybody in this life needs help in some way. And me just asking for help sooner versus later helps on my mental. It helps keep peace within me instead of me constantly trying to deal with things on my own, bottle things up and suppressing things instead of opening it up. Because you'll be surprised who wants to help you out because you've been the strong one and helping them out in the long run. But Overall, I hope these four helped you out and it helps you understand that it's okay to be the strong one, but it's also okay to protect your peace. Set those boundaries, delegate that emotional labor, find out different outlets for you to regulate your emotions instead of drinking, doing drugs, whatever it may be that you feel like isn't the perfect outlet or escape for you, but you're so immune to it that you can constantly do it. And trust me, I've been through it all to where I found out different outlets and escapes to deal with my emotional labor instead of understanding the emotions that I'm going through. That's why I had to get back into journaling, meditating, praying, and doing those things because I feel like those help me out in the long run versus me on top of being the strong one, but deteriorating my body with drinking or doing whatever type of drugs it may be. So it's understanding that too. And build those mutual relationships. We all got people in our lives that love us and trust us, but sometimes we have to ask for that help and be willing to be vulnerable with them and let them know, hey, man, I've been carrying this with the family, with friends, and I just want to let you know I've just been dealing with a lot, and right now I just need somebody to lean on, to pour back into me, to help me out with what I'm going through because it's really breaking me down. And you'll be surprised who, like, oh man, I know what you mean. I know what I know what you're going through. I'm here for you and understanding that. But if you've been the strong one, it's time to ask for that help. It's time to find that balance within your life and stop being the strong one for everyone and start being the strong one for yourself. Before we wrap it up, let me leave you with this. It's okay to carry people sometimes, but it's not your job to carry everybody all the time while neglecting yourself. Prioritize you because nobody's coming to rescue the strong one if you break. And I just want to thank y'all for rocking with me this whole month of June. It's been Men's Mental Health Month. We covered a lot of different topics from discipline to motivation to the mental health trap, as well as Black man's childhood trauma, suffering in silence, and now the cost of being the strong one. Very great episodes, and I thank y'all for everybody's feedback on each show, each episode. Without y'all, none of this is possible. And if you don't follow us on any social media platforms, follow us at SAUNAIE on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube now, so follow us on YouTube. Subscribe if this is your first time listening. Greatly appreciate it. Share this with a friend as well. We had a lot of powerful episodes this month, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hog this podcast to yourself. So share this with a friend. Share this with anybody who you feel like is dealing with anything mentally or who's not dealing with anything mentally. Check on your people and always be there for them no matter what. But next week, we're getting into something that affects your mind just as much as your money, and that's financial literacy. We'll break down what financial literacy actually is, how financial stress destroys mental health, and why so many of us were never taught the game. But I'm going to bring it to y'all next week. And we're going to start learning and building and protecting your financial peace, because at the end of the day, a lot of things in life tie into money. But money isn't on the top of the pedestal. So make sure y'all pull up for that one. As always, protect your peace, check on your people, and stop carrying things alone. With that being said, we're going to be out. See y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in to SAUNAIE. Peace.